Welcome to Japanese History for Gaijins. Wrong podcast.
You cancelled that one, John.
I didn't cancel it. Season 1 is over. You just got to wait for season 2. You got to be good boys and girls, and maybe the Japanese history fairy will come and bring you some more.
Put some free time under your pillows for John to snatch up and use to make history podcasts.
Anyway, welcome to Geeks and Gaijins. I'm the Gaijin John.
I'm the Geek Tom.
We are here to bring you everything you could want and more to learn about Japan and
lots of stuff you probably didn't need to know about Japan or had no idea you even wanted to know about Japan. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, exactly. Because did you know, Thomas, that I just love to stamp things?
It's been known that you like to stamp things, but I don't think I can fully understand the context in relation to Japan yet, John.
People have been attempting to work from home due to the algorithm destroyer that will not be named. Lots of Japanese people find it very difficult because of the work culture, which does not include the threat of having to do overtime and da-da-da-da-da. That's for another episode. This...
Always another episode.
Yes, it's always another episode. This is Hanko culture, or Incan culture, or I hope you like stamping stuff, boys, because we got a stamp-based podcast.
And a stamp-based business society, it turns out.
After that, we, of course, have the always mandatory snack break, where I eat something random that I found in a Japanese convenience store. And then, as the universe loves to do, both me and Thomas get very weirded out by the internet for a bit because everyone says it's Mother's Day, and us being British go, wait, what?
Oh god, I forgot the card. No, wait, hold on. This is the US messing with us again.
Yeah, for those who don't know, the UK has a different Mother's Day to the US. I think it annoys both sides equally, but it just nah. So we're gonna look at anime moms. All those anime moms you might not appreciate.
So many anime moms. Just the longest list of anime moms. It was difficult to whittle it down to that's going to be one of our shorter segments.
Let's get our good timing down with Abe-sama and talk about Hankos. Yeah.
What is a Hanko, John?
So, if you are used to working in the West, you might have something called a signature. I know, radical.
I have one of those.
Yes, and so do I, and so does anyone who can hold a pen. Whereas in Japan and mostly the East, they have different cultures, but China, Korea, and Japan all do some extent of this kind of thing. Basically, rather than signing stuff, people have little sticks on them with their names or the kanji for their names that they stamp things to prove that they have seen it.
They just stick it in like a square of ink and then splot it on the page.
Yeah, so sometimes that's in the case, and sometimes you'll be given that. So basically, anywhere that you would sign, usually with a pen, you use a stamp instead. And they're about the size of the normal one that I use is about the size of a lipstick case, probably. So it's like a long, thin lipstick. However, upon researching this, I have found there are multiple ranks, because this is Japan, everything's going to have social ranks. And even the stamps have social ranks.
You can have fancy stamps to prove that you're better than other people.
The fanciest of stamps. The main thing, however, is the reason this is in the news is because so many people have to go into the office when they're supposed to be working from home because so much of Japan's work is based on physical paper and physically stamping that stuff on the paper. Now, that might sound fun in the way like a 3-year-old is like, yeah, stamp, stamp, stamp.
The thought had crossed my mind.
Yeah, after like the 1,000th time, it gets less. It gets more annoying. It gets much more annoying.
Still, it's much easier to stamp angrily than it is to sign your signature angrily, I imagine.
However, so the main thing with a Hanko, I'm going to use the terms Hanko and Incan. They're generally used interchangeably. They mean the same thing. First of all, your top tier one that To be honest, only Japanese people really have, and I don't, because this is a scary one. This is the Jutsuin, and I've totally said that wrong, which translates to true seal.
Oh, dang.
This is the big boy. These are usually big and square and really intricate, and they're used when like serious stuff happens, when you like buy a house, get married. I don't have one of these.
Oh, it's like an official government regulated stamp to show a high authority.
Yeah, this one is really regulated. Like all of these levels are kind of slightly regulated because obviously it's Japan. But this one is the one that's like it has to be this size and made of this material, and you
Okay.
cannot use.
Because when you said top tier, I was thinking something like gold ink from a fountain pen owned by Winston Churchill or something like that. But no, it's like a very official type business.
Yeah, like everyone would have one, but you don't carry around with you every day. It's either in a safe at home or somewhere really, really safe. Ironically.
Oh, interesting.
So this is your jutsu. These are big. You're probably not going to see them that much if you're in Japan. They cost a pretty penny because they're so like stringent. You have to get them designed for yourself, and they can basically cost between about 20 and $100 US. More usually around $100, but you use them for years, like super
Like
years.
regularly?
Not regularly. You just keep them for years because you use them
Yeah.
for very important stuff.
They sit in your locker gathering dust until
Yeah,
you
pretty much.
really, really, really need to buy a house.
Yeah, pretty much. It's that kind of thing. According to online, people say that you might get a new one when you want to start a new chapter of your life, say a divorce or death of a spouse. And fun fact,
Oh, that wasn't where I thought we were going with that. I thought
yeah,
that was going to be way more positive than just
no,
that part
no,
of my life is dead to me now. I'm moving on.
or a long streak of bad luck, or a changing career.
We finally got to something that was neutral rather than negative. Congratulations, Japan.
Though this is a bit more morbid, they are sometimes referred to by Japanese people as coffins.
Wait, when do you have a square coffin? If you have a square coffin, something went terribly wrong.
No, but yeah, so apparently they are called this by also Hanko enthusiasts and Hanko boutiques. Because yes, there are Hanko boutiques.
I'm not surprised about that. I'm just surprised that they're apparently quite goth.
So the two more levels, they kind of can be the same. This next level, this is a ginkoin, which literally just means bank seal. This is specifically the one you use for opening a bank account. That's kind of it. Well, it's important, obviously, because if anyone ever has that, they can take money out your bank. Some of the banks in Japan have started to move away from it, but this is one of the main reasons. If you ever move to Japan for longer than, say, like a long holiday, you'll probably need some level of Hanko because lots of banks need it to open a bank account for you.
Mm.
And then the lower level, so most of the stuff that I'm going to talk about here can be talked about with the Ginko. They're kind of semi-interchangeable. Though more Japanese people will have like separate stuff. I just have one for most stuff because I am a gaijin foreigner who doesn't need stuff, and I can sign. I can be like a proper foreigner and sign things with my hands.
Outrageous. How dare you?
Indeed. So the last level is mitomin. So that just means approval. And so this is the one that's used a lot on business documents. This is your everyday generic Hanko thing. This is you use to pick up mail. You use to send mail. Like I had to send registered post. I had to stamp on the outside of my envelope 3 times on the seam to like send it.
Why 3 times?
I have no clue. Stamp here, stamp there. As I said, stamping everywhere. And usually in Japan, it's because people's names are in kanji. People's full names usually aren't longer than about 4 kanji characters. So you can fit someone's almost full name. usually quite easily on a Hanko. Whereas, like,
Mm.
for Westerners, it's more difficult because you only have katakana, which is it's just a sound-based alphabet. So my last name is 4 katakana, and so that's the thing on my Hanko. These are the little, like, circular ones. You're more likely to see them. But because so many people in Japan have the same kind of names, like Tanaka or Kobayashi or Yamada or Yamaguchi, etc., you can buy loads of pre-made ones, and these you can get from, like, any department store. And, like, even 100 yen stores, you can just get these. Though you do, once you have a proper one, if you do move to Japan, you need to go to your city hall, and you then register your Hanko. So it's registered that this design of your name is your
Mm.
signature equivalent.
I imagine that was a very simple and easy process for you and didn't take very long at all.
No comment. But usually they have like a little ink pad on the inside, and they look kind of cool, and they are kind of fun. They have special Hanko stores. Yeah, so if you want like a cheap wooden one, like I have, it's probably about 2,000 yen, which is like if they're designing it for you. So that's like 15 quid. Which, if you're a Westerner, you're going to need to get one semi-designed for you because
Mm.
names. Don't buy ones made of ivory, you rich, horrible people.
Oh dear. Oh god. First, garish, terrible.
Yeah,
Don't do that. Looks horrible. Second, and of all, more importantly, just don't contribute to the ivory trade if you can
yeah.
help it at all, which you can.
It's technically now illegal, but there is still a trade in some stores. Basically, going like, you want the traditional stuff? Ha ha! Come over here. Well, they're probably not going to sell that to you if you're a Westerner, but still. And lots of 100 yen shops. If you're coming on holiday to Japan and you want a kind of thing, you can buy like pre-made ones that have cool kanji on them. They're fine for stamping general stuff as well. Though, if you want a cool kanji inkan, you have to change your official name to be recognized as kanji, which will be even more complicated than more things. There is, of course, a vending machine in some stores that you can design your own Hanko that then carves your Hanko to a design for you.
Is that like those custom penny machines that we have over here?
Kind of, except for a signature stamp.
Yes. Which I imagine is probably easier.
Yeah, and it's weird for a lot of stuff because you need to stamp and you need to write your name, but also because kanji is really weird. Kanji can be read in different ways and make different sounds. So
Yeah.
above where people have to write their name, so their kanji, they then
Mm.
have it's called furigana. You then have to write how you say it above it. So
Uh,
if you're a Westerner like me, I write my name in Western script and then in katakana above it. Whereas if you're a Japanese, you have to write your kanji name and then it phonetically above it. There are so many ways to pronounce Japanese kanji.
there might be some flaws in this language script. I don't want to get all in the Japanese business. They're doing fine. They've got their own thing going for them, and I respect it. But there might have been an easier system to put in place. Then here's a word. I don't know how to pronounce it because it could be anything.
Yeah, this is the thing. I looked up some ones online, so people are getting kind of very annoyed. So Abe-san is like, we need to like try and stay at home, work from home. So we need to reduce this like social thing of having to physically stamp everything, which is good
Hmm.
shout from him. So what he did is he made a government committee to discuss stuff. So
Oh
that's going to
boy.
happen in several years. Though a great announcement from one of the people on that government panel is by Hiroke Nakanishi, who said, and I quote the Japan Times, "The Hanko is nonsense." And he's chairman of the Japan Business Federation. Surprisingly, the Hanko Makers Associations, which of course they exist, have not been available for comment.
Ah, dear. I do imagine someone who is in such a position where he's head of, business, is probably sick of having to Hanko everything at this point.
Yes, because basically Japanese social media is so annoyed with this kind of stuff. So these are
Mm.
quotes from, once again, the Japan Times, who do some great articles. But basically, them quoting average Japanese people. One, this person works in an IT firm. An IT firm. I need to physically be in the office because I need to submit paper documents and stamp them.
Oh God, Japan! Think of all the wasted ink and paper.
There's the unspoken pressure to be in the office, etc., etc., etc. Apparently, a survey. This is from mid-April. This is the Japan Association of Chief Financial Officers shows 40% of companies that introduced telework said workers ended up going to the office primarily because they had to handle paper documents and stamp things with a Hanko.
Is there any word on something like an electronic Hanko, like we have electronic signatures now?
Yes, yay! That's what Abe-sama is trying to introduce or popularize, essentially an electronic Hanko,
Interesting.
which wouldn't work for the majority of stuff. Like, I have to physically stamp something every day to prove I go into work. Like, you can stamp for Amazon parcels. This is the thing. You stamp. Because I'm a Westerner and can't be bothered to get my little stamp case, lipstick case out, what you can also do is, because you're a Westerner and they don't care, you just sign your signature really small in the space where you're meant to stamp. They
I
don't care.
mean, that's useful if you have a short name.
Yeah, when Japan asks for your signature, do not sign things. They get very confused. They don't
What
know.
do you do when they ask for your signature?
You write your name. You just write your name in readable script. Yeah,
I
don't.
understand.
Yes, the amount of times someone said sign my name, I've just like on autopilot gone, and the Japanese
Like,
person goes,
what the is this?
yeah, what have you done to my nice document? Do you hate me?
This scroll you put on this paper.
Well, you said to sign it. But no. So
dear.
I did a little research online, and Thomas, for a whole $40, you can get your own digital Hanko designed for you.
Very nice.
Yep, $40 whole dollars. They design like lots of the really nice ones, like they design the calligraphy for you. So basically, you get like they look pretty. And to be
Ooh,
honest,
fonts.
yeah, to be honest, if you've ever wanted to feel a bit like a medieval lord with with your seal of office that you don't pour wax, you put it in ink, but you stamp upon the paper and therefore show that I, the great Gaijin, have come into work today.
And now I can stamp that in Comic Sans.
You no, you probably could get your name in Comic Sans.
Yes.
If you
I don't know how familiar Japan is with Comic Sans as a joke, though, so I don't know if anyone would get it because I don't think they're very familiar with Microsoft fonts.
I don't think they care, but it does have to be your name. It can't be like you can't add Princess Morningstar Star Thomas. It has to be
That was the whole point, John! What's even the point of getting my name if I can't be Princess Star Thomas? Whatever the
unless
heck you just said.
you officially register that as your name at the
Don't
Japanese.
tempt me! I don't live there. I could do what I want.
Yeah, so there we are. That is the joys of why Hankos are in the future. Will it end? Probably
Almost
not.
inevitably, such as all things do, but in the smaller scale of human existence,
And also Hanko shops, and they're fun. They're fun stuff. They're fun, like touristy things. If you're gonna come to Japan after the incident, they make good, like cheap little souvenirs, and they're fun. Especially if you understand basic Japanese script, you can get yours or your loved one's names and stuff. So yeah, all that stamping's been making me hungry.
Ah, yes. It's definitely time to put the stamp down and the snacks up.
Yeah,
Snack break.
yeah. At one point, we might have an actual intro for that.
I think it works better if we just never get one.
Yeah. So I've shown a picture of this to Thomas already. Would you like to describe what I have?
No idea. It looks like some sort of potato rock or some sort of dough egg or something along those lines. I don't really know what it is. It looks like it's hard.
Yep.
Like it doesn't look like it has a lot of give or squish to it.
So
Um,
it's a kind of light brown. It's about the size of 3 mini eggs smushed together, or a 2 pence piece. Or
uh-huh. I don't think most of our audience knows what a 2 pence piece looks like, John.
uh,
Just put that out there.
it's the size of a cherry tomato. There you go.
Mm.
Yes, and it's kind of brown and hard. I bought this in a normal store. This isn't something weird. Well, it
Is it
is. But
another sweet chocolate treat?
indeed, it is a sweet chocolate treat.
Hey!
It's chocolate covered strawberries.
Oh! Huh. So
This is a special kind of chocolate covered strawberries.
I was just wondering if it was white chocolate on the outside then. Because it's definitely not milk chocolate.
No, it is roasted green tea flavor.
Of course. Of course it is. How did I not guess that?
Well, the thing is, I could have got the normal ones. I could have been basic and got white chocolate or dark chocolate, but no. I'm in Japan, I said. I've traveled.
Full experience.
Exactly. So I got, and it does actually say it in English on the outside. Chocolate and strawberries, roasted green tea flavor.
I always thought that strawberry and green tea was a perfect flavor combination. I can't believe no one has done this before. So
just in terms of value, this is a bag of maybe 5 strawberries.
oh, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, 5. And you get 5 for it's about 100 yen. No, about 150 yen, maybe. It's about $1.50.
No, it's not too bad then.
Yes,
Actually,
they
it's
are
pretty
covered
good.
in chocolate. The
Yeah.
thing is, though, I'm slightly disconcerted by, because I hope they're freeze dried. Uh, these go off on the 11th of August. It is currently May. Most fruit I know should not last that long.
But most fruit is not sealed in an airtight layer of chocolate.
Yes, airtight. Of course, you can always look on the Instagram, the Gaijin John. I put up stupid pictures of myself with Japanese food.
There we go.
Itadakimasu. It's definitely a freeze-dried strawberry.
Yay!
I'm not so sure about the combo together. The roasted green tea chocolate is legitimately awesome.
Ooh.
Like, that's ridiculous. That's actually that's really nice. I didn't think, I assume it's white chocolate they flavored, but it's like flavored tea flavored chocolate. That's so good. Oh my god. You've got like a lovely little freeze. It's a whole freeze dried strawberry. Like, they don't skimp you on the stoof.
Ah,
Oh.
looks actually quite delicious. It looks the outer layer looks a little bit more fudge or toffee like from this angle, rather than
It is kind
just
of soft.
I don't really know.
The best way that I can describe the strawberry is it's the kind of dried strawberry you'd get in like a breakfast cereal,
Uh-huh.
but the actual chocolate that's actually pretty good quality. And this is just this is the supermarket own brand I bought, so I assume there's like super expensive ones that'd be great.
Goodness me, that does sound decadent.
Indeed. Well, for a whole 5 of the strawberries, they are only 270 calories. That's actually a lot for 5 strawberries. I just realized that.
That's the chocolate talking.
Yeah, but there we are. To be honest, I would try and find roasted green tea chocolate and have strawberries separately. Maybe the dark chocolate or the white chocolate with the strawberries goes better, but currently I'm getting 2 good things. I'm not sure how they really complement each other.
Yeah, I think you were going into the dark depths of niche tastes on roasted green tea chocolate with strawberry. I think that's
What can you do? But it's still great.
Yeah, I think those might be the prawn cocktails of chocolate covered strawberries.
Well, speaking of things that are sickeningly sweet from the inside to the out, It's Mother's Day! Or it was.
It was. It will definitely no longer be by the time this hits the airwaves. So
Unless it's gone all the way round again.
that's good. That's a good shout. I do need to check when Mother's Day is over here. I don't know if Japan has its own Mother's Day.
Not
It's
that.
not a thing.
No.
I mean, it's not like we
particularly.
have like parades or decorations to celebrate Mother's Day over here either. It's just
Yeah.
sort of get your mum a nice card and some chocolates.
Though I do have some helpful Japanese Mother's Day phrases. If you'd like to harass your mother with Japanese.
I will not. That would scare her. But
So,
please tell me anyway.
Oka-san daisuki da yo. Which means, I love you, Mum.
Aww.
Oka-san itsumo arigato. Which is, Mother, thank you for everything.
Aww.
And itsumo kansha shitemasu. I'm always grateful.
Aw.
There you go. Isn't that
That's-
sickeningly sweet?
That is sickeningly sweet.
Anime moms.
But yes, because it's not Mother's Day here in the UK, we're just going to do Japan moms instead.
Yeah.
We've had a scoured all over our anime watched libraries to find the best of the best anime moms, and it took us a while.
I read a whole 3 lists.
There are not a lot of anime moms. There are not a lot of anime parents in general because, you know, anyone who's had any familiarity with writing knows parents are an inconvenience when it comes to the plot. So it's
Exactly.
best if you could do as little with them as possible, even if that means doing away with them entirely. The few mother roles you really see around, other than just, you know, the boring regular mothers that just turn up on occasion, are you'll occasionally have a antagonistic relationship between a mother and a daughter, or your mothers will be used as part of your main character's tragic backstory. It's pretty much one of the two.
I've kidnapped your mother. Now you must save her. No.
Well, that's generous. Most of them are dead.
Oh,
Just gonna
okay,
put
yeah.
it out there.
Yeah.
Most anime
Also,
mums are dead.
by the way, of the stuff that I looked up online, apparently a good amount of the top tier anime mums are from Naruto, and neither me nor Thomas have watched the thing that's 1,000 episodes long. So we're not going to talk about that. Well, I'd like to try and say we have a life, but I feel like that's opening up ourselves for attacks.
We waste our time on other things.
Yes, exactly. There you go. Seriously, so many bloody Naruto episodes. So Thomas, anime mum away. Let's do this interchangeably. Who is your first anime mama?
Should we start with the heavy hitters? I feel like we might as well get them out
Boom,
of the way.
Yeah.
Even though we'll probably spend most of our time talking about them.
Yeah.
It's impossible for both to having a discussion about anime moms and for a Geeks and Gaijins episode not to talk about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, a story all about human relationships, including motherhood, as it pertains to adopting a dragon daughter.
Yes, who is like still hundreds of years old? I don't know how old.
Older than you, but not mature in dragon terms. So
exactly. So yeah, it's Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is fun and adorable, and you should watch it if you haven't. And it's a whole kind of thing of adoptive families. It's there's a big theme of like creating non-traditional families and the bonds that come along the way. And it's so cute and adorable, and I recommend it wholeheartedly. And I recommend it all the time.
And in that case, both the female leads of Miss Kobayashi and Toru are the people in the position of learning how to be mothers.
Yeah.
Which is something that's unusual for anime, to have the focus be on the mother figure.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know. I think Kobayashi talks about her mother a bit, like her parents sometimes. I don't think Toru's mother has been mentioned yet. Definitely not in the anime.
Just her father, as far as I can tell.
Her father, who is there to be.
Yes, fulfills the classic role of parenthood in anime, which is to be the antagonist for some reason.
Stop. And speaking of the antagonist for some reason,
we have the worst mum.
The worst mum. We have Ragyo Kiruin. No, that's the worst pronunciation. Oh, I'm up there with the English dub. Ragyo Kiruin, the spoilers, but not really, the ultimate villain of Kill la Kill. the mother of some people in the plot, so I'll maintain the illusion.
Yes.
Yes.
Where to even start with that particular mess? Do we even have to?
Well, she kills her husband, and she
Hmm.
literally like attempts to take over the world slash half infect slash use her daughters as living string.
Yeah, it's a weird plot, is Kill la Kill, as you'd expect from any
Yes.
Trigger project, and
Especially
yes,
one that's all about fighting so you can cut the other person's clothes off.
hmm, yeah, it gets kind of weird for a show with that context because the clothes are evil, I guess, and
Apart from the good clothes.
yes, trying to unravel, to put it in those
Hey!
terms, the magic system of Kill la Kill is a bizarre journey that I feel should only be attempted by those who are actually watching the show and should not
Yeah.
attempt to be explained by
So
people.
I recommend watch the show. The dub is actually quite fun, and all I can say is the terrorist organization that is actually the good guys in this are called Nudist Beach.
And for God's sake, Recchio, stop touching your daughters like that. It's disgusting.
No, Thomas,
There are people watching.
actual good mums, actual good mums. Big Wolf Mum, Big Wolf Mum. This is Moro from or Moro, Mononoke Hime or Princess Mononoke, a Ghibli film, as they call it here. It's a Ghibli film. It's Princess Mononoke, and it's Wolf Mum, who is voiced by Gillian Anderson, who's just
Everyone's mum.
yeah. You just want to be your mum, unless you're that guy in Sex Education, that TV show, in which you really don't want her to be your mum.
I've not watched that.
It's fun. Yeah, she's the wolf. She's the wolf slash god spirit that protects her forests and essentially adopts a child who is thrown at her as a sacrifice.
Have this baby.
Yeah, it's literally that. This is note from the Studio Ghibli wiki. Princess San's parents, that's Princess Mononoke's, threw their baby at Moro's feet as a sacrifice and ran away as they were found violating Moro's forest. Moro raised San on as her own daughter instead of eating her.
Just some terrible parents in anime. That's one of the
Yeah,
worst ones.
I know, but it's also medieval Japan.
Just adopt the Quacker strategy of just throw your babies at
Throw
any
the baby!
predators.
Throw the baby!
That's how the species survives.
Yay! Motherhood.
Oh dear. Who ever thought being a mother would be this complicated? I know I never suspected that much.
We are obviously the most qualified to talk about motherhood as two white straight men.
I have a mother, therefore.
I'll have you know some of my friends are mothers. Some of my best friends are mothers. That's actually true, but there we go.
We had a very terrible high school year. I'm
Okay.
joking. Just in case any of them somehow found this through John's Facebook page. You were all lovely people.
Except you.
Yeah, you know who you are. You know what you did.
Yeah. Forever.
Anyway, moving on back to anime.
Yes. Well, who's a good mum and not a wolf, Thomas?
Well, this is where we start getting a little bit further away from main character territory and more just actual characters and good mums in general. I think it would be hard at this point to discuss any other mums without including Inko Midoriya from My Hero Academia.
Oh, I love her so much. She needs to be saved. Watashi ga kita. That's the best gif. I love that gif so much. It's also really cute that the writer for My Hero Academia, in the flashbacks, she's thinner, but then he explains in some of the art that essentially because she's so worried about like Deku, her son, that she stress eats. And it's just it's really cute and quite sad, like character development.
She really cares about her son. She's so very supportive. She's very worried, obviously, about his health and safety, which is something that comes up in the story, which was very nice to include.
It was really nice to include because she's like not there for a large amount of it, and then she goes, Wait a second, I'm not there, and what the hell are you doing with my kid?
It is that perfect balance that very few shonen shows actually strike the line of. The parent exists and has influence in the story, but they set it up in a way that it's not constantly worrying about
Yeah,
having an overbearing parent character in it.
yeah, pretty much. She's lovely, and she's also there raising Deku whilst her husband works abroad. Duh.
Is that the canon for it? I had not heard much about Deku's dad.
Yeah, well, we shouldn't be talking about Deku's dad, because, like, when's Father's Day? Another time, guys,
Also,
another
Deku has 2 dads and 1 mum, so there's just,
Yeah, so Deku's dad is called Hisashi Midoriya. He took a work post abroad, according to volume 11 of the manga. There you go.
Deku's other dad is called All Might.
Yes. Like his dad's name, Hisashi, literally means a long time ago, as in Hisashi Buri. Hisashi Buri is like a sentence that means, it's been a long time, which you say when you haven't seen someone in a while. So literally, his name means, I haven't seen you in a while.
That and Midori just meaning green is fantastic. What does Inko mean?
Midoriya doesn't. I did actually lie to you. Midoriya does not actually just mean green.
I know, yeah. It's Midori is the one that means green. So there's the added
ya, which means valley. Apparently, he will appear later in the manga, according to the writer. What does the name Inko's name contains the kanji for pull and from attraction, because her quirk is she can pull like small objects.
Yeah.
Inko is also, you can write it as a kana for in katakana, because that's what animals are usually written as. It means parrot.
Oh.
Especially a small parrot, such as a parakeet. The only mum I've got left is Trisha Elric, the classic dead anime mum.
The staple, the peak of dead anime mums.
I mean, like, she is. She literally starts off the story by dying. Selfish. We're appreciating mothers. We're appreciating mothers.
She's the bar that all other dead mums are set up again.
I mean, would you try and defy the laws of equivalent exchange to bring back your mother?
I wouldn't even know where to begin on that.
Exactly.
But,
she's that good a mum.
yes, but what documents I have heard about the subject, that's a terrible idea and should not be attempted. So
No, because Thomas, for what could equal the value of a human soul? You got any mums left, Thomas? Any mums for Mother's Day? Is fast and gone, but we should appreciate our mothers every day.
I'm going to skip over those two because I've just had them as, hey, these are dead background character mums.
Oh, great. That's great to talk about, Thomas.
That is great to talk about. I think if I had to highlight one in particular, another absentee mother, but in a way that's much more important than usual, is forgive me for this pronunciation. Takako Kobuchizawa from A Place Further Than the Universe, who is the mother of one of the main characters. And her relationship with her daughter really is the heart of the story. Similar to the Elrics, it's her absence that propels the story forward. And the conclusion of that particular arc is really the strongest emotional beat of the story. So I think it's a really good point to give her a shout out. And because I can't possibly turn down the opportunity to talk about it, Kanata no Astra, aka Lost in Space, is a story all about the relationships between children and their parents, including 2 absolutely terrible mothers and 1 very nice mother.
There we are. Mothers.
Any excuse to shill Lost in Space is a good excuse for me.
And on that usual shilling of Lost in Space, we've been going for much too long. So thank you for listening. We are Geeks and Gaijins on everything. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, geeksandgaijins@gmail.com, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes. Give us a review. What kind of Hanko would you like? Would it just say dragon multiple times?
Yes, absolutely. Dragon Princess Thomas Star.
Yeah.
Whatever the heck you said it was.
That's your Christmas present sorted.
I wouldn't even be upset. I'd be really happy with that.
If you need more of us in your life, I've just finished the first series of Japanese History for Gaijins, which goes from basically Japanese prehistory to the end of the Heian era. which you can find in this pod stream. We've also streamed stuff on twitch.tv/geeks&gaijins. We've just started playing Danganronpa 2, and it's a ride.
It's already at the same level of crazy as Danganronpa 1 ended on. So, yeah, it's just going to be exhausting by the time we finish. I don't know if I can keep up.
And with stuff on the YouTube channel as well. Thank you for listening, everyone. We will see you next week, all the times. Look after yourself, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.